Alright, continuing on with this hair, we're going to just continue adding these pieces. So we'll go back to our Macon hairbrush, and we're probably just going to continue to, might try this flat double right here. So we're going to want to start right around here. Just going to drag up. And then here, we just want to continue our line here. So we can just drag this guy down here. We'll see how this ends up working, but oops, didn't connect there, so just want to make sure that that connects. And just kind of drag this into place. Let's tweak this line. Oops. Yeah, I'm not sure how I like that. Just going to undo that. Come back to this point and then go back to the flat single. And then we'll just draw this on. Just kind of putting this into place here. This kind of sits along the back piece of the hair like that. And then from here, I just want to drag out back down here. And then just make sure that this fits. And that way we can go back to our move brush and make those adjustments. Just kind of looking for this to just kind of curve with the hair. Flatten that out a little bit. It'll smooth it out actually, just so it kind of comes in with this other hair piece. Let's push this guy down a little bit. So push this one in. All right. Then we'll just continue on. Just framing that a little better so I can get to it. It seems a little long. Let's move this guy back and push it back down into the skull a little better. Actually, undo that. Undo that last one that I did too. So if you click on the middle of the line, you can actually have a little bit better control on that line. And so from here, we're just going to place that down and go to the move brush. And that way, I'll place that a little better how I want it. Let's kind of flatten that down a little bit better. Just actually relying on the curve so much, curve tool. And kind of place the, how I kind of want that to flow down there. Let's push that under there. Just kind of keeping that same like crease line look I'm kind of looking for here. And then just make sure that I rotate around and take a look and see what everything's looking like. Probably smooth this down a little bit. So for this wavy hair, I'm probably just going to actually just keep it up on the top of the head and just make some small adjustments to add some hair coming through here. So with that in mind, let's go back to that. Back in hairbrush, let's drag this guy out. Actually, our brush size is a little big. Bring that down to about 19-ish. Getting a little twisty here. I think in the stroke you can actually get that twist out of there. Alright, for that I actually, to get that twist and stuff out, I just made some tweaks to the actual curve modifier. And so I just actually just back to the move brush. I can actually tweak this hair that I just dropped down. So back to the Macon hairbrush, and so some of those adjustments that I made, the curve snap distance was at 25, so I've made that adjustment to move it over to 50. I'll probably move it back up to like 60-ish. And also under the curve functions, I moved the curve smoothness up to 100. So we'll see what that gives us. Oh, big brush. Don't want a big brush. Moving that curve. I want this to sit a little lower on the surface. And push a little closer. So from here we just want to draw more to the curve there. There we go. Make that adjustment there now. And I'll probably just drop that. Go to my move brush and tweak that. Probably smooth this out a little bit. Just kind of get it a little bit smaller in there. Let's smooth that out. I still want those ridges going here. So I'm just moving this, putting this back into his hairline a little bit better. And moving that up. And smooth it down. There you go. I'll probably make one big one right here just to kind of connect that piece in there. So if we go to the hairbrush and we're going to try a thick single here and just make sure our draw size is down. Make sure our curve. Just make sure that curve is up and off the surface there. And so I'm probably going to bump this up to about 20. Well, let's make it 23. And then click on that just to kind of thicken that up a little bit. And so here I'm going to drop that. Go to the move brush and just make those tweaks. Kind of keep this hair and smooth that bottom ridge a little better. And move this back into here. Smooth it down. Smooth. So I just want that hairline to still fit right in there. Sit and smooth that down a little bit. Moving this into his hair a little better, so it kind of sits in there. Kind of like how that looks. The front looks a little messy. Not super excited about that front. May tweak that a little bit more. But from here, I'm actually going to go back to the hairbrush again. And probably we're going to try and do another flat single and just come up through here. So move this into place. This one. That way we get that little piece of hair coming right here. So I want to connect this. Trying to connect that boy. Probably draw this out a little bit more, just so I can, and then that way I can move this piece more into place here. And move this one up. Looks like the curve doesn't really like what. There we go. Sometimes you have to just kind of drag off and try and bring it around. Just try to push this. There we go. That's kind of what I was looking for. Just kind of fill that area up inside there. So with that, I'm actually going to drop that and then go back to the move brush and tweak. Just raise that brush up and push this. There we go. Just kind of like filling that spot up with some better geo. So from here, I'm probably going to actually just hit the, go to the gizmo, and then I'm going to hold down Control, and I'm just going to copy this. Whoops, don't want that. Oh, because the pizza boxes were turned on. Okay, so now we should be able to just copy that, bring that down, the scale a little bit. There we go. And then go back to the move brush, kind of put it into place where I want it. Just kind of moving that into his hairline. It's almost like a little gum piece, just putting that in there. Like if you've watched Shane Olsen, he talks about bubble gum. It's kind of all this. I'm just kind of pushing this piece into here a little bit, just to kind of get that hair piece looking right there. Kind of like that. Yeah, this front, I'm gonna want to probably tweak this front a little bit better. Right, this piece right here. And some of this doesn't really kind of wave how I really want it to look. So with that, actually going to just unmask everything and see if I can just grab this guy, this front one. Let's see, let's undo that. And actually here, probably just grab that. See if we can grab this. Let's undo that. Actually turn on topological. So the first thing that you grab, it should, yeah, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. This, I should be able to pull this out. Actually, that other piece of hair that's underneath, I'm probably gonna actually dump that once I tweak this. So I'll show you kind of what I'm looking for. So with this, I'm actually just gonna kind of raise this up a little bit. Raise this guy up. And then bring these ones down a little more. It looks like it's more kind of like waving forward. here. I'm going to actually smooth that down a little bit. Bring back into the head. Alright. And here, just going to move this back. Just kind of looking at it from all angles. Actually, don't try and I'm grabbing the wrong piece. So I want to grab this guy here. There we go. And this piece I want to push in. This one as well. Just kind of pushing that up into his hairline there. So it looks kind of like the hair is actually growing from that region. Yeah, doesn't look too bad. Not sure how much. Actually, I might move this out a little more. Not too much. Just kind of give it more of a shape, so more flowy looking. So I'm just kind of lightly tapping, just to kind of give that. So it's just a little bit more wavy looking. Just going around and making tweaks as I see. Looks like it's just kind of like not pieced together all that well, so I'm just making sure that I'm going in here and making those tweaks just so it's more along his hairline. So push this back in a little more. There we go. Well, it looks a little better. So I'm actually going to bring this guy down into the part line a little better. So as I look at it from here, from straight on, I want this part line. So I'll probably move this guy back a little bit. Setting this with smooth just a little bit. This I'm doing a couple times. Just bringing this brush, making this brush a little smaller. I can bring these, connect those a little better. All right, probably just gonna roll with that on the hair for now. Next thing you want to do is just actually save this out. So we're gonna save this tool. Just go to version 6 is where we're at now, and save that out. All right, for this next part, I just want to change the color of the hair. Right now we're using this the main color on that. So want to go, actually I want to go here to this one and just change the color. So just pick that color and fill the object. It looks better. All right.